So if you have or haven't heard the news by now, Rocksteady are wanting to make another Batman Arkham game. Now, after the triumphant death of Batman and Suicide Squad killed the Justice League, it was kind of long gone that we knew that this Batman would never return, as of course, he dies. But Rocksteady are actually giving us more hope on what could actually be in this new project. And there is also rumours that Rocksteady are considering rebooting the franchise, which I think is probably the best to do. I mean, I don't think anyone really cares for Suicide Squad, especially after months after its release, and all I can really say is I consider Arkham Knight the definitive ending to the Arkham series. I mean, even if they were trying to make the Batman game based on the movie, I'd have a lot more respect for them. And of course we've got Arkham Shadow releasing next month, and of course that is a chronological title in the Arkham series, and it's starting to look very promising, especially from the gameplay trailer. Now we can definitely clarify that Rocksteady and even DC in general haven't really been cooking anything much greatly in the past couple of years or so. They've mainly been absent from a lot of projects, and also considering how well Insomniac's Spider-Man universe is doing, I know they'd want to update the ranks and just go ahead full steam ahead with whatever their new thing they're cooking up. As far as DC's future goes, we do have the Wonder Woman video game coming out very soon, but that is really just a biting at the bullet right now, as pretty much Batman is their only big profit and money maker for their company. So honestly, I think we're just going to see what happens with it, and of course it's going to be another Batman project because they need to cash in big. But this is also something that pisses me right off about DC. They don't care about any other characters besides Batman. We've had so many different Batman projects over the years that we could literally just count them in all type L10 of our fingers, and that's just slightly scratching the surface. They really don't seem to realise just how many other DC superheroes there are out there. We haven't even got a stable Superman game since him flying through fucking rings. The 10+ year old Green Lantern game that no one really gives a shit about because it's based on the shitty movie. And not even an announcement of a decent Justice League game. They can announce a really crappy Avengers game from Marvel, but they can also go ahead and just make a really shitty Suicide Squad game. It just doesn't make much sense, if I'm totally honest. Like, we had a full-on game killing the fucking the Justice League. Like, I don't know what else I can say about that. I mean, it was just so one-sided. But with a new game to be confirmed within the Matt Reeves' The Batman universe, which is absolutely insane. I did not expect that one little bit, but we're actually going to be getting something based on that movie, and of course this movie franchise is still ongoing, so it's going to be very intriguing to see how we're going to carry on from that franchise, and obviously tying in with movies is something that I think is going to be really good for the Batman character. Now, James Gunn, the director of course the DCU and of course the upcoming Superman movie next year, has also been confirming that of course that we're going to be seeing some multiple AAA games based off of course the DC characters from the said universe. Now, me personally, I think this is going to be a great idea considering how much they've got in the works, especially recasting in their new Batman film that is, of course, it's not been announced yet, and of course we don't know who the hell the next Batman will be, but of course there have been multiple actors that have wanted to portray DCU's Batman, so we're really just going to have to see. Of course we've got Superman coming up next year, so yeah, that's just a start in this whole shenanigans of this whole universe. Despite having the lack of a Justice League game or even a Superman game, of course we are getting some more news on Injustice 3, which I'm actually very excited about. I enjoy the Justice games, I may make a video about that in the future, so make sure you guys are subscribed for that in the future when that video eventually releases. Rocksteady shouldn't really just be pushing out a bad game considering that Suicide Squad hasn't performed financially well, especially if we're going up the seasons and of course how bad the battle pass has been, especially having to do all that grinding just to get Joker at the start of the first season. I don't know what they've been doing up until this point because I have not seen the light of day with that game yet, and you know your video game campaign is terrible when you're working for low budget Jeff Bezos. But anyway guys, thank you very much for watching, and let me know down below what you think of this most recent news. I mean, I think a Matt Reeves' The Batman game would go absolutely hard, especially when they're confirming that they're making something within this universe, and that is just incredible to me, especially we're getting some movie tie-ins with some kind of return of movie tie-ins now. I mean, movie tie-ins were so big back in the early 2000s, but it seems like with superhero genre, we're finally getting a little bit more of that added to the whole superhero genre as a whole, which is pretty different, and it's something that is getting revived in later years. And with Insomniac's absolutely skyrocketing with their Spider-Man games and their Insomniac Gamerverse, I can already see that the Batman is going to go all the way up from here. The rest of the Justice League, however, I'm not too sure about, but we're going to have to see after the release of Wonder Woman how that is responded by fans. Let me know your guys' thoughts down in the comment section down below. What do you think of this new topic, and of course the announcement of Matt Reeves' Batman getting its own video game tie-in to the movie of Part 2 coming out very, very soon. And also let me know what kind of DC games should be made in the future. Do you want to see Superman? Do you want to see more of Justice League? Do you want to see a Flash game, a Green Arrow game? Let me know down below. Subscribe if you're new to the channel if you like these types of videos, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Take care and peace.